Leo, welcome. This is for your November reading. I've already split the cards. I have meditated on your cards. I've been a little nervous to do Leo because I'm Leo. And I had a reading earlier tonight that I felt connected to. And I feel like this is its answer. And I'm going to allow the universe to give it because I think it's part of the collective. It was about egos and learning the difference between those. So I'm going to ask the universe to allow my energy to go with yours. And when I part the deck, I definitely see, realizing you're naturally abundant, through generosity and true love. Queen of Pentacles is a very generous, nurturing influence. And completely opposite is this feeling of Ten of Swords. So this right now is in duality. And notice this actually was upside down. So I think Leos are stepping out of feeling that you've had enough. You've started to recognize how naturally abundant you are, which is lovely. So I'm going to shuffle here. I'm going to think about Leos. It's important to Leos for the collective. I mean, I'm all over the place too. So we're going to find out. Universe. I call my angels. Listen. Give me insight. Please give wisdom to Leo's higher self. So, Leo's, I tell you earnestly, you guys have been through a lot this year. It's actually been a 2-year cycle. It's been pretty rough. I believe it started in August of 2016 with all these eclipses, being in the North Node, and completely opposite of your opposite sign. There was a whole gamut of emotions that's played back into this August. Right in our firehouses and all these eclipses one after the other, which is historic and unprecedented, and we're caught up in these times. But Leos are big lovers and they just can't drop that ball. But man, they I think that a majority of the Leos I know are starting to learn self-love. That's not something that we had prior. I'm seeing that very consistent, and yeah, it's exactly what came out. So we're gonna stay with this theme. We're gonna go with it. All right. So along with that Queen of Pentacles that we saw, this is just another reiteration of that. I'm feeling a very female energy at this point. It could be my own, but it's definitely other females too, because I feel it here. That we're feeling that we're attractive in our own skins, in our own selves, in our own individuality, and we're successful. I'm feeling that we don't have to have other people, but it's sure nice to be recognized by other people. Look at that. Look at that guy. He's definitely playing it up on her. I mean, we saw that. Come on, we saw that. And another sign got this as well. This Nine of Swords. We're tired of the same old. We're not going to play this. We're not going to like this hard to get guy because or this female that's hard to get. Because Leos, it's like that ball of yarn. We really are kittens inside, because that ball of yarn is so frustrating because it gets stuck all over us, and then it runs away, and we don't know why it runs away, and then we try to get it back, because the worst thing you do to a Leo is say you can't have it back. They will move heaven and earth to get it back if they love it, because that's all they're driven to do. Otherwise, in astrology, especially Leo sun signs or ascendant signs, that's their inner child that's coming out all the time. That's why they're naturally playful and want to be that way. And the only thing that can distract them from themselves and play and being in the present is love. So, this duality again, with this 10 of Swords kind of feeling, we got 9 of Swords here, and this, this macking guy, it's a temptation, right? So we're gonna see what gives us up, and I'm feeling this theme. It's pretty harsh here. Got the 8 of Wands. So now we've had 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands, and 8 of Wands. So I'm feeling that the burdens are getting less and less, and Wands and Swords. This is heavy fire energy. This is making decisions, sometimes overthinking it, information that we didn't know, and finding the devils within ourselves, finding what's making us feel like we're not enough. I got really heavy right there for a moment, and we're ping-ponging, even in this reading, in the beginning, we're ping-ponging from this devil in ourselves and our thoughts, the worry that we could lose this next love that admired us and made us feel good about ourselves, and the Queen of Pentacles when we cut the deck, and this 10 of Swords, and it's that ping-ponging, we're weighing, but I'm feeling like a sense of balance coming about. And the last 2 cards that came out, it's like, I think November is the final balance of that. I think it's the final reckoning that's happening, that Libra type of energy of finally exhaling and having that calm moment, because strength comes out. That's us. And what comes out with strength is that we find ourselves through our leadership again, because we are natural leaders. We are the predators of the zodiac, but do research on lions. Not predators. They do exactly what they need to do. They understand their hierarchy. They don't disrespect it. They don't kill everything. They do what's necessary. And women are the hunters. So, I'm feeling very much a female energy. I might be leading that energy right now, because I've had this question about today because of the earlier reading, and I am exactly here. There is no doubt. I'm recognizing my strength through my own leadership, and I feel that a lot of, especially female Leos right now, are starting to step up and accept their natural abilities in the workplace, and that we're feeling more empowered and more about ourselves. But I don't think females could ever truthfully let go of love, because we love everything. Males can be particular about their love a bit, especially if they're not flamboyant. They're very selective in love, and they love deeply. And I feel the same energy, You've been ping-ponging. You love deeply. You're attracted to things. You kind of get whirlwind. But you're finding your strength. No matter what, all Leos are finding their strength. And look at this card. It's with the 8, that karmic symbol that comes back, that infinity. Because Leos are very important in this time, I think. Anyway. They're the protectors of the underdog, and you can see that this lotus that's blooming, and she's getting fuel for her wand from that. So I think your inner light is blooming, and it's going to give you peace and allow you to become the leader in whatever you want to do. So I see this as being a very giving reading, and the only thing I'm going to ask is, from this little oracle deck, I'm going to skip the Lenormand deck this time, because I don't want to get too much in my own energy, but I do know that we are all ping-ponging. We are sensing a sense of empowerment, but, not a lot of lions like to run around by themselves, People can appreciate us and give us accolades, but I'm feeling that nothing equals love, and genuine love. It's serious. And again, that duality. So, Leos, I'm going to have to let you go on this one because I can't answer it for you. You're going to have to answer it for yourself because it must be individual to all of us. Because here again, we have the Ten of Swords, which is the end, the karmic conclusion. I think it has come about in Cups. I think it has come about in Swords and Wands all together now to be exactly the opposite and have the Ace of Swords, because you truly hold the key. The choice, the next choice that you make, sets your next wheel. You've been here many, many times. So make sure it's a choice that you make with your heart this time. Set your guiding light. So go find it, Leo. All right. Look forward to seeing you in that holiday time. Love and light.